Whoa. Hey, there's a Creator Fury right in my inbox. Oh my gosh. Well, hey, everybody. Welcome to our fourth episode of Creator Fury. We are glad to be
Mm.
here. Glad that you're here. Thank you for watching. We're very
Or,
excited. I am
or,
Aaron.
and I'm Leo.
And we are together. We are Creator Fury. We are a team of video makers, filmmakers who assist you in do it with you, do it for you, or show you how to do it. Business videos that engage and promote your business in an effective and super ROI way. Anyway, so what are we talking about today, Leo? I think
Today
I
we're talking about something we've been discussing the first, actually the last episode, right? About pitching to businesses, pitching to small businesses, helping a small business with their online and video needs. I think these days a lot of businesses just maybe have somebody on staff who deals with their social media, be it, keeping up their Instagram game up or their Facebook page, their YouTube channel. And it's sort of mishmashy, clients don't have, a person who's just starting out won't have the focus or the know-how how to channel a message to the clients, how to take this this company and give our idea and encapsulate the theme, the ideas, the goals, the what do they call it?
their
The
message.
CTA, the call
Yeah,
to action that the company has. How do you get that to your customers? How do you to the people who are buying your services?
and
Um,
also to help it provide value and meaning to your customers. Yeah.
right. So I mean, and there are many ways to tackle that. And today we have a case study on I guess it'll be a case study on how
Oh,
you get this. How do
right,
you
right,
provide this
right.
to a client, be it a small or large client? Right now, we're dealing with a small one, which Aaron will bring up that some research into this week, and we're kind of gonna base this on a large client. I do a lot of corporate videos, so those Aaron, and we've done work for this very, very large company who creates client videos. That means that they provide a service to a client and then they interview the client and get their feedback on what was it that was provided to you. We won't go into specifics about the company or what the name of the company, but it doesn't matter because it's a general take on how to create these videos, right? Or how to create a service video for your client. Now, these videos that we work on are post-mortem. That means that the company provided this client with a service, and now the client says, "Okay, this was my issue. This is what I needed to get done with the obstacles I needed to overcome. And now this company came in and provided me with this service, and this service helped me to overcome these issues and and see my growth. This the growth that came out of it. And they're usually very fun, info pack videos. They're usually about 2 minutes long. They're very slick,
Yep, yep.
contained. And now, yeah, go ahead.
No, and in those videos, we provide the time. We go in and we interview the owners or the CEOs of the company and different employees who are key to the implementation of this service that was provided to them. And then, of course, we always do B-roll of what the company actually does. Um, there's sometimes what they also provide statistics on how they grew after they started employing this other company's service and all that. So
Right.
yeah,
So
they're very pretty, informative. They feel
they're
informative for sure.
pretty informative, but it's not necessarily the kind of video we're going to talk about today. We're
No,
sort of using that format to um to how do you say explore the way you would tackle creating a video for a client. So
right, and
that
give it some
postmortem,
context. Yeah, yeah.
right? That postmortem video, now we're using it as a guide to create a commercial, if you will, for your client, right?
Hmm.
So that means that first of all, we want to know what are the needs of the client. And now we have a sample, right? I don't know, maybe you can fill us in on what our case study is today.
Right. So I go to this coffee shop and, as a favor to them, uh, and a favor to me that for allowing me to shoot in their facility, they asked me to say a little something positive about their company. And we'll also provide links down in the description to their website and their location.
So
But
we're not
it's
we're
a
not getting paid for this. I mean, it's not a
correct.
sponsored video at all.
Correct. So the footage that I shot was not like in any way uh, provided to be broadcast ready or promotional in any sense of
It's
like,
scouting. It's a scouting
this is
video.
right. This is Kuppi Coffee Company, and they're located in Edgewater, New Jersey. Beautiful little coffee shop. They've been there for about 10 years. And the owner, uh, I believe he's partnered with his sister, but there's just a couple of siblings who own it and run it. And they've they've been doing very well in this area, and but there's a lot of competition in, as you may or may not know, in the coffee world. There's tons of cafes that open all over the place. All of them have their special sort of story or gimmick that provides their clients or their customers or a new way of imbibing coffee. I mean, you love coffee, right, Leo?
Oh, yeah, I have it every morning. I have, I've cut and I've only have it I have it once in the morning, but I have a triple shot of espresso. It's triple shot, it's a double shot, and it's a double shot of espresso in the morning, and then I'll have some decaf throughout the day, but I'm too old for the cappuccinos at midnight like I did when I was in my 20s, and
Right.
and still be able to sleep, and
Well,
I
that was
can't do
only
it anymore.
last year, right? In your 20s?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. What am I, 29 now?
Yeah. Do you have a loyal, place that you go to?
You know, I
I
work from
mean
home, so I do it at home. But on the weekends, here in Upper West Side, we have very beautiful cafes. And I'm known to stop, and have a cup of coffee out in the sidewalk, cafes and whatnot. So I say it for the weekends. There's a few along, especially Amsterdam Avenue. There's on Columbus as well. But I usually find the one in Amsterdam at like I think it's what 74th Street around there. It's a new one. It's a new Italian one. I won't give them a commercial because they're not paying me. But there's plenty of cafe around here.
right, and
And
so
but
is
you
there
do like I say,
uh
you're leading me to say everybody has their own special coffee place they go to. Yes.
right, and that's sort of what, as an owner of a business like Guppy, uh, they want to provide a place, a sanctuary, if you will, for you to go and spend time, uh, and your money, of course, to enjoy their environment and their service. Um, so how do they get that message out? And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit today. But I'm going to just show you some footage of that I took, and then we can also jump to their Instagram site a little bit later on. But here we go. So
So
uh,
base one, what is the needs of Cuppy? Is it Cuppy? Like
Cuppy,
Cuppy?
right? So it's pronounced cuppy, as in
Mhm.
cup of coffee. I'm not really sure if it stems from some word
No, it's
with
cute
a
because I
meaning,
mean, I
but
used to go to this
it's
place called
cute.
Slave to the Grind. Get it?
Mhm.
Slave to the Grind. So
Yes.
a lot of coffee places will have some sort of like, catchy phrase or a pun or yeah, so it's cool. It's cute. Cuppy. I get it.
Yeah. All right. So here we go. So this is the footage I took,
Right.
and this is just it's in a strip mall. It's
Right.
right on the water on the Hudson,
Nice.
and you can see it right straight through there to the Hudson there in the trees in the back. But
Very cool.
that's the owner there, Kevin, and
So
then I
it's
just
huge.
yeah, it's pretty big. Um,
Yes.
and all of these businesses that are in there are like linear line slots. Um,
What does that mean?
Well, so they're all like stacked together. If you just walk down the sidewalk and you just hit business after business, they're all kind of parallel to each other. And so they all
Mhm.
have that view of the Hudson on the back of their business.
Right.
There's a pizza place, there's a Chinese restaurant, there's a couple of other places there.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, so
Uh,
here that I just wanted, I'll stop it here.
right.
But basically, the owner has this sort of kitschy. I don't want to say hipster, even though I just said it, but it's got this sort of like retro kind of look, which gives it this sort
R
of vibe, which is a
right.
nicety to them.
Like mid-century modern, I see that, and I see the old cameras there, and oh, I
Yeah, you
see,
got
right, exactly, the
the old
typewriter.
typewriter.
People go to the right all the time. I know it happens here. All the cafes are usually filled with writers,
Yeah.
you know?
They have this sort of analog feel to everything, right?
Right, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it was really 1034. That is an actual working clock.
Right.
They have this style of the subway tile there.
Cool.
There's a lot of nice things about it. Um,
So it's a mixture, kind of like urban meets, um, kitsch, kind of, mid-century. Yeah,
mhm.
and it's
So,
clean, all beautiful
and then this
view.
is on the
Hey, let's see
backside,
over
so you
there.
can go outside if you wanted to, if it's warm enough,
Right.
or you're just feeling like you need to go outside and you get to see a view
And
of the
that's Manhattan on
city.
the other side, right?
Yep, that's Manhattan. And then
Right.
this is just a shot I took of them, making their coffee. I always got to get that
Right.
in there.
Yeah, of course. It's the middle of the day, they're working hard, it gets sloppy. Yeah,
And then they,
yeah.
they don't make the
Pastries.
pastries there, but they do have a menu of food items and stuff. But
Right,
I
right.
believe these are
That's a whole different thing. Cooking will be a
right.
whole different, business. Yeah, yeah.
So I just want to stop it here.
Baking.
So one of the things about that the owner was talking to me about was that, I said, why don't, like, a lot of these facilities have um, digital displays, right? But he has effectively just gone old school. They have to swap out those little letters one at a time to
Yeah,
when they update things,
that's cool.
and he just and his mo on that is that he wants people to sort of feel, even though of course they bring in their laptops, they bring in their um, phones and iPads and what have you, he still wants them to feel sort of like an escape away from the digital and screen world.
Right.
So where, like, one of the things that um, I would talk to him about would be like uh, this idea of like using the space with digital screens to sort of, enhance maybe a special that they're running, things like that, so it would might, upsell when he's got customers in there, but that's not really what he's after. And so,
Right, 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 right.
as we approach, things, a more heightened discussion about like what style or how are we going to get messages out, um, that's something we have to address. We go, okay, well, that's off limits. We're not going to bring in a TV monitor just for some campaign. But,
Right.
so other facilities might have a digital display that we all want to use in
Right.
that way. But, so this would be like against that.
I mean,
But
it could add a, what do you call it, QR code somewhere. Watch our video, or watch our
yep.
latest video, what have you. Could be QR code in on every table. I mean, I know these days, most of the restaurants you go into, they don't even give you a menu. They just give you a QR code, and you pull your phone, you click on it, you know?
Hmm.
So QR code will be a way to show the video. People are interested. And maybe within the video itself, there'll be some sort of promotion, what have you. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Or
Yeah. And then
maybe
so
there'll be an interaction. What?
And so there, I've just, I apologize for my poor photography. I didn't focus on the
No, I
cup
mean,
there.
like as a scout, we just wanted to see what it was because I haven't been there. You want to show it to me more than anything, what they have there.
Right, right,
And
right.
so their needs right now, I'm assuming, is they want to grow their clientele. They want to have more walk-ins, right? That's their needs.
Right. So, and that's the other thing is that, like, talking with Kevin about his needs going forward just confirmed a lot of the things that we already know. The business owners don't have the time, the know-how, the energy, the desire even to work on their video, uh, for their video front and their messaging in that way. They have ideas. Sometimes their ideas might not mix up with what they want and what they need might be two different things. But
Right.
that's what we come in to sort of filter through to get to what they how to get their message out and what they want to get out. And um, and he's got a lot of potential for a lot of different angles and a lot of different things to do there, which is amazing.
So
Um,
the number one need then it is getting butts on seats.
Look at what
That's the getting butts on seats, the number one need. Or people walking in because a lot of people get takeout, I'm sure as
right
well. Because they
now.
have plenty of space there to be filled to the brim.
I mean, as you saw, they're busy. It's
Yeah.
not there for a lack of customers. They're right in a great location. Uh, that you didn't see in the video. Across the street from them is a huge, enormous um, a luxury spa place, which
Mm.
I think it's almost like a destination uh, venue. So you have a ton of people that would come in, and what he noticed, he doesn't. This is another thing that he doesn't have a full on source for data on his customers. So he gets a lot of that from his from the cash for the system
The
that he
car
uses to
the
to uh,
r
do transactions.
right, credit
Um,
card sweeps, yeah.
right. So he knows from that only about 25% of his clients, his customers um, are loyal, regulars that come in,
Mm. Right,
um,
right.
and 75% of those are people who are just just saw them, driving by. Maybe they were going to the grocery store nearby or something, so
Right, as I say, they're in a strip mall, people go shopping at a strip mall, they grab a cup of coffee so they can walk in, walk around the stores and whatnot. Also, I was gonna say they may want to find something to bring people back, not just for the coffee, but for the experience, for the atmosphere, for trivia night, what have you, something that brings people back to the
right.
company, right?
And one of the things I talked to one of the employees, and one of the things that she was interested in
Mhm.
was doing something with the other employees, like they could do a latte art competition
Mm.
that they might be able to advertise about, and that might bring in people to like see all the fun things that they can make, because they do, when they have time, they do make some really beautiful uh, art there
Or
with the
even teach
lattes.
customers how to do it. I like to learn how to do
That
that at
might be, I
home,
mean, that would
you
be
know?
amazing. I'd love to,
And sell maybe Cuppy merchandise, like, the latte ladles or coffee cups and whatnot, as
yeah.
long as you make it, something that they price for. I mean, for instance, I have, Trader Joe's nearby. You have a Trader Joe's probably nearby, and
Actually,
last
there is a
year
Trader Joe's right in that strip mall. Yep.
there you go, and remember last year, the Trader Joe's bag became a big deal. Trader Joe's put out what a good canvas bag, and all it said is Trader Joe's on it, and it became a thing where everybody had to have it, and people were selling on eBay for, like, $120. It became crazy. Meanwhile, now they're back down and you can go get it for $5, but when it became a craze last year, it was $120. So, any kind of merchandise can have its sort of uptick, once in a while, which helps both to get free commercials, for the store because people walk around with your label,
Right,
with your
right.
logo. So
I
the
mean,
so
there's so many things that could happen with this place, and it's the potential for spike, not just a
Right.
spike, but a spike that then plateaus or just continues to grow.
So those are the needs of Cuppy right now. What are the obstacles that are keeping Cuppy from getting more clients or getting more walk-ins, from getting more of their brand outside of just, a strip mall in New Jersey?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, other than what I already mentioned, is that he doesn't have the time. He did hire a small marketing company that handles his TikTok and Instagram social media, and so they do sometimes come in and do little photo shoots, and I'll show you in a second the Instagram account. So there's that going on. But, Instagram is it's an important social media outlet, but it also isn't the only thing that everybody goes
Right.
to,
It's photos, is
if I'm
vid
looking
it
for a coffee company or a
right,
coffee cafe that I want to see that, I don't necessarily go to Instagram to find out where that is. So, he is finding
right,
that there's some stickiness not happening
right.
in that realm.
Because that's the day-to-day thing. Those are photos, those are little videos, but they lack the engagement. There's no engagement of, "Okay, this is pretty cool. This store is pretty cool. Look what they have." Like, we mentioned the contest, the frothing contest, if you will, or something that they have in there that's you wanna go and see, or a place that's become again, an Instagram moment, but how do you create that? How do you create that vibe? How do you create that make your customers want to come there, make new customers come go to Kuppi? You need an actual filmmaker to create something that has an ROI for you.
Right, and
Because
one of the things
I
that,
mean, posting Instagram, you gotta post every day,
right,
and it gets pushed down and it's gone, and
and
gets
they
pushed out
don't.
and
I
it's
mean, they
gone.
do have on the channel here, if you go to the,
Mhm.
the tags here, you'll see that some other people, like, do stuff with Cuppy on their own, uh, Instagram channel. But,
Right, right, right,
that's not the sort of, like, I mean, that's fun and it's helps promote them a little bit, but it's not exactly, it's their own way of
right,
messaging what they liked about Cuppy, and it's not
right, but now
necessarily
the
the
message
owner's
doesn't come
message.
from the message not coming from one person.
Correct.
Copy almost wants to have a spokesperson, like the owner. Maybe the owner becomes more an interactive source where you make these videos that are fun and welcoming and warm, and then the client says, "Oh, look, I want to go meet that guy. He seems to be a fun person, or he seems to embody what copy is, if you will. Almost like the Ronald McDonald. Is it in a way, or Burger King, where that becomes the message, and it has more of a familial slant to it. It's like you go, "Oh, I wanna go there because I wanna meet this guy, or this
Yeah,
person, or
yeah,
this woman, or what have you," right?
yeah,
So that
yeah.
so what is the obstacle again right now? What is keeping them from achieving these goals?
So I think, again, like I said, it was time, but it also it's, and he's been looking for a way or a company like us, or, somebody to help him get his message and the story out. So uh, he didn't elaborate on that as much,
Mhm.
as to what that is, but I mean, that's, you know, nobody knows who he is, and the people that are just the one-time people have asked, "Oh, is this a franchise?" And it's not. And so there's like this, they don't know. It feels like it could be like it. He had a bunch of merch inside the store at one point with like different like logo themes. Like there was a Cuppy T-shirt that had was in the design of like the Friends uh location show on the t-shirt, and a couple of other things, which made it feel a little bit like, oh hey, this company is bigger than just this location. But
Right,
no. So
right.
I don't know if
I
I
mean,
explained quite what the hurdle is yet, but
yeah, the hurdle is they again, I'm talking as an outsider. I've not been there. I've not met the person. I've never really dove deep into the Instagram account. I'm just going by the hearsay of what you saw and what you showed me in the videos. I guess you're saying they lack identity right now. They need to sort of form an identity that
yeah,
brings
I
them
think that is.
separately from the rest of the coffee houses around. And what is that identity? And something like a video or a series of videos or a campaign of videos can bring that forth. You create the image, not create the image, but sort of help them focus on their image. They may have an idea, but they're not there yet. How do I visualize this? A video will help them visualize what they want to become or what they see themselves as not natural, not getting there, almost like a makeover. You
Mhm.
know, the ugly duckling needs somebody to come in and give them, a little zhuzh, ruffle their feathers up and make them into the beautiful swan they really are, right? Not nothing wrong with being an ugly duckling. I don't want any ugly ducklings coming
No, no,
coming
no.
at me.
There's no ugly
You know,
ducklings here. Everyone is
yeah, we love all
beautiful.
the ugly ducklings. So now, did I just provide a solution, or what is the solution you think they should take? They should.
So again, a total solution for this is to obviously utilize uh, more platforms, uh, but it's not. Social media isn't really exactly where all of their customers are. So I think that's another conversation in terms of like where it's going to be distributed. But I think that in in this in our situation where, for instance, brothers used the video straight up when they went to talk to their clients, uh, in person and on their website. But where the so one of the
So
things is
what is brothers?
Brothers is the cleaning company that we spoke about in a
Oh,
previous
okay,
episode.
sorry. Yeah, because the clients, I
Sorry.
mean, people watch this. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Last
Brothers
in
is
our
an
last
industrial cleaning
episode.
company that I did a video for, and I we just provide the video for these people. They have to figure out where they're going to put it. But
Me.
uh, so that's a conversation to be had in the future about where the message needs to be going. But I think what the solution is to pull that message out in a video, in a story, it could be separate, like it could be like multiple videos that just sort of like storied out at a different times or whatever. But
I just finished the whole campaign of political ads last month for elections here in New York City and New York State, and we were doing each video, each 30-second spot, 3 different ways. I mean, the spot will be finished, and then it'll be formatted for both vertical media, being, shorts and reels, and also square media, which plays better on Facebook and something like LinkedIn, if anybody uses LinkedIn and other uh, social media platforms like that. And of course, YouTube. And YouTube, you want to have widescreen 16 by 9 videos and also the shorts, but which are vertical. But again, do everything the same content for all the platforms. So they get a lot more bang for their buck, right? What's the word? You use it in different ways. I'm missing the word. What is the word they use all the time? Uh, Man, I'm blanking out. But yeah, so each project needs to be used in different formats so you get more bang for your buck, right?
exactly. Yeah. So I mean, and again, it's a matter of just doing it in Kevin's case where he's
Leverage. The word I was looking for was leverage. You gotta leverage that content on different social platforms. Thank you.
all right. So we did
Yeah,
that. We leveraged it.
yeah,
But yeah, so that's the point. Leverage that, and first and foremost, we have to get that message and
right.
put it into a story so that it's done, because he doesn't have time to do this. No one knows who Kevin is or what Cuppy is,
Mhm.
outside of the people that go there. So,
Right.
I mean,
So
and
again, this will be the next meeting you have with this client or prospective client, right? Is to work out, again, needs optical solutions, and then provide with them, then come back and look at the data you've collected from them and map out a plan. After the plan is planned out and the client agrees, then the next step will be the creative side. Okay, what is it actually we're creating to put in this plan? You can say we want to do 6 little documentaries for your store, and then later on we come back and say, okay, this is what documentaries are about, for instance, right?
Mhm. I think that like what the direction that we go in depends a lot on what his story is, and how we want to tell that. So for instance, if he was like a beer company, sometimes the importance is the history. Maybe there's a family that was involved in creating this brewery. In Kevin's case, and I can show you on the Instagram account, they roast their own beans. Now, a lot of coffee places do that. However, he does a specific thing. He goes out to Brooklyn and chooses the beans and makes that all happen. I'll,
It's not the one that the cats eat, is it?
he
Have
feeds
you
it
heard
to
about
his
those beans?
cat.
Have
I
you heard about those
know.
beans?
I have heard about that.
They
And so, like,
don't do
first,
that. This store does not do that.
besides violating an
Cats?
animal,
Yeah.
it's like, what? I just, that is just awful to me. But in here is, I believe there's oh, here we go.
Oh, look at
Grab-
that. Spinny.
You know,
Yeah. Very
anyway,
nice.
so yeah, so this is fun. It shows where they go. Um, Yeah, so and I think there was another one where they show like packaging or something. Uh but yeah, I mean, so there's a lot of little fun things
Yeah.
in here. Um I mean, obviously some of this is done by the marketing company. So like this is their marketing company.
Right.
And that's
Hmm.
nice, but like you said in a previous episode, when things get posted on Instagram, they're just get pushed down. So
Yeah.
that was posted a while ago. Are people actually seeing that? I mean, yes, we
How
are,
many
but
how many views does I have?
uh,
Tell you?
where does it
No?
say?
Oh, okay. I could either have blocked or whatever. Okay.
I think on the site it says there's over 1,000 posts. There's 6,000
Followers.
followers.
Huh, very nice.
Yeah, I mean, so they
Yeah.
have some.
But again, that's something you have to do every day, about 3 times a day, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, to keep up that
And it's
interest,
very
to keep that
ephemeral. You can't
focus.
use it forever. You use it for one day and it's gone. Especially when you deal with prices or you're dealing with foods that you no longer make. Maybe they don't make that chicken anymore. Maybe they don't have that bean anymore because of tariffs and whatnot, right?
Mhm, mhm,
Things do change. So in a way, the videos have to be a little more generic,
right.
to be a little more evergreen.
And these are like, yeah, I mean, 40 likes, 1 comment, 57
Right.
likes. It's not getting, and I
It's
don't
not
know
blowing up.
how many of those likes did people show up,
Right. And those
after
three look the
that.
same to me. Those three in a row right there. It's almost like the same content. It's the same donuts, the same coffee cup.
Mhm.
Again, I'm not casting aspersions on their marketing or their video prowess. Just what is it that grabbing the person's attention, you
Right,
know?
right.
And it lacks, what it lacks? It lacks human interaction too. It lacks seeing humans there.
And that's not to say that there's like, you know, just because it has low amount of likes doesn't mean that it's, uh, that it's not good, but it's just that, it's not necessarily pushed out to the right
Yeah.
the right
Right.
audience.
And I'm playing devil's advocate here. I'm just trying to see, what works, what doesn't work, what I would do, what I wouldn't do.
Mhm.
As an outsider looking in, is this working for me? Is that working for me? Again, who is their clientele? Do they want to have a certain type of clientele? I mean, do they have a certain age group? Are they 4 quadrant? What is it that they're looking for? You know?
And those are questions that I'd have to ask him
Right.
specifically. But my my guess, because he did say it was like 25 loyal, 75 new. He'd
Mhm.
probably want that number to be more mixed, somewhere, 55, 45 or something.
Right.
You know, I don't know, or 50
So you
50
wanna
or
create
however
more
that
of a
is.
they wanna create
Because you don't want to turn
a
away new
destination.
people.
Right.
But you would love to have new people turn into loyal people, right?
You wanna create a destination, and in New Jersey, you can do it. Here, for instance, in New York City, you can. Maybe more in certain places of Brooklyn and Queens, of course, the Bronx, but in Manhattan and certain sections of Brooklyn, you can. It's too expensive real estate-wise to create a destination for people where they
I
can
mean,
hang
yeah,
out
you'd
for a
have to
while.
get your coffee place into like the World Trade Center or into Empire State Building or
Yeah,
somewhere
but you wanna
where,
have the space too. It won't be a hangout place. I'm talking about Copy wants to be a hangout place. They wanna bring
right,
people in there. If you wanna have loyal people, you want people to come in there every day, maybe spend half an hour reading the newspaper.
hours,
Nobody
hours.
reads the newspaper, but yeah, you wanna have people who come in maybe before work, after work, a lot of is there any colleges nearby or college age kids?
Well, there are college age kids there. The Edgewater is not really it's not a college town at all,
So Copy needs to open a university. They
but
need to
it's a
have the Copy University nearby. So they can get people into the cafe. They need college
certified
students. Right.
barista.
Yeah. Right. They
Yeah.
they wanna sort of cater to maybe there's something nearby. Maybe there's a high school nearby. Okay. Maybe you wanna get high school kids hooked on caffeine, but maybe there's a business
Leo, what are you
nearby.
trying to sell here?
Maybe there's a creative business nearby that will cater to them, an advertising firm, something where people wanna drink coffee all day long, the kind
Well,
of
it is a
pull
growing
people in from there.
area. I know that
Right.
nearby there's two enormous apartment buildings being built right now. That'll bring in a flood. It's constantly, it's a very like becoming more and more dense, in
Right.
terms of population. So there's a lot to, for Cuppy, its location is perfect. They're just going to naturally, organically grow customers anyway.
Right.
But if you want to stand out,
Did you say
you have to do
percolate
something.
customers?
I would never, I would never
So
aspire to such language.
so it's almost like the area is changing. I mean, I lived in Williamsburg in the '90s before it became a big thing,
You're a retard.
and I saw the things just boom, explode all of a sudden. And the main place we hung out at, me and my old roommate Chuck, Chuck, was on Bedford Avenue. It was called the El Cafe. It was right at the corner of Bedford and North 7th, right at the exit of the subway, and we'll get out of work and meet there and spend like the whole evening just drinking coffee and getting all, we're in mid-20s. What the hell do we know? But then that was like the main attraction in the neighborhood was the El Cafe. And it was a little store, kind of a railroad type of store. And eventually it closed down. Maybe they couldn't compete anymore because all they did was sell coffee and sandwiches and whatnot, and all the places sprung up. But that was almost like the center of Williamsburg at that time. Were
Mhm.
those little stores, those cafe shops, those bars, little restaurants. Some of them are still there, but some of them have gone, the way of the dodo, and maybe because they just couldn't afford it anymore. So maybe
Don't you talk about my
Cuppy wants to get
dodo
to the
that way.
place where they can't afford the rent anymore. Okay. I'm saying, th- th-
If you want to spend more money and just totally waste it,
yeah,
talk to talk to,
I'm saying,
talk to Leo.
yeah, they want to become the center. They want to become the El Cafe of Edgewater, New Jersey. They need to become the hub. Again, I'm being glib about it, but I'm
Yeah,
sort of
no.
speaking truth, yo. It's like they want to be that magnet where they want to be the nucleus where everything grows around them. They
Yeah.
want to be the neutron to the atom, you know?
And we can do that. We can
Right,
absolutely do that with video. And
right.
that is something that it's basically, you know, what we spin at night with Rumpelstiltskin, you know.
Right.
We make
We wanna
gold.
make it a place where people are gonna go, "Oh, I saw this video, and I saw this. I wanna really check it out. I wanna see this cool thing you have there." You
Yeah,
know?
I
Because you
mean,
have you have a lot of items and stuff, right? Even those a little history about each item might be a thing that brings people in, you know? "Oh, I wanna see the typewriter. What is that typewriter about?" You know?
to your point, I mean, people
Right.
wanna belong to something. So,
Right.
you know,
Yes.
that is an absolute answer in their messaging to say
Right.
to make something that is so unique about Cuppy that people want to be a part of that. Even if it's just buying a latte, you know,
Right.
"Oh, I got a piece of Cuppy,"
Right.
you know?
So the next step, like I said, now we know what the solution is. The next thing is meeting with, the client again, or the prospective client that is speaking, giving them options of what we can do.
Right.
Once they say, "Okay, let's explore this further," they will come back with, "We can do this, 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 and this." You know, "Oh, I like that." Then come back, "All right, these are the creative ideas we have." You know, because you don't want to turn people off right away with the offerings you have, the creative offerings. You kind of want to lead them down the path and let them know that these are good ideas, but to get, it is it takes some steps to get there because you want
Yeah,
to get
yeah.
into the client's mind. You want to get into the and also the customer's mind.
Well, you
What
know,
is the
like
client when to put into the customers, and that's what creates the content that you want to make.
yeah, and it's not always about yeah, it's not just like going, "Oh, we have great ideas," you know, "Wait and see," and we take our camera and we do our thing, and then they show them, and it's just, like, way off from what they want and way off from what they want to be seen as.
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah, those conversations are very important to be had, and,
Right.
like
It's like in the old days when I worked in
it's a
advertising,
marriage.
in graphic design, it was like first you give the client thumbnails, meaning these are very small pencil-like sketches, and you
Mhm.
give them like 20 ideas. You tell them and you explain to them what these ideas can become. Once they sign off on a few ideas, you come back and explore those ideas a little further with a little more detail. Okay, now we're gonna give you five. You like those 20? From those 20, you picked five. Here are those five ideas, more detailed, right? And they go, oh yeah, okay, I'll pick this one. Then that idea, you explore that further, and you go, okay, this is what we're gonna do with that idea. You like that? You don't want to change this, change that. And once that's signed off, then you go back and make that physical because that's where you get there. You can't just say, "Oh, if the client tells you do whatever you want," you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail because what you want and what the client want are two different things. You cannot read the client's mind. It's definitely a one-on-one. It's a give and take. It's like, what is exactly that you want from this?
Well, I was laughing because your, speech triggered me a memory about Dilbert. I don't know if anyone knows that comic, but
Dilbert, yeah, yeah, yeah.
they would all he works for a marketing company, and they always present they have to present 3 ideas, and
Uh-huh.
they present the one that they want to be picked, and then they make 2 others that are just horrible, and the boss always ends up picking the most horrible one. And they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, no."
Right, right.
Like the door without a doorknob or something, you know?
In big companies, it's even worse because big companies now you got to pitch internally up the ladder. You
Oh,
got to pitch
yeah.
to your boss, and your boss
Not
pitches their boss,
here.
and their boss pitches their boss, and that goes up and down a bunch of times, and then you finally form your pitch deck, and then you can go to the client. You know,
Yeah.
Here it's a
No.
little scarier, a little sketchier, a little more seat of your pants, but you're dealing one on one with a small client, with a not small client, a small business. So it's easier to speak in more human terms without going through the corporate gauntlet, let's call it,
Yeah, right.
because you know how it is with corporate videos. We make a video to please the producer, and you go back and forth with that. Then the producer has to go please the executive producer, who's gonna have changes go back and forth, right? And then you go back and forth up this ladder,
I
and
am
then when the
not
executive
going
producer is
down this
happy,
rabbit hole with you.
then it goes to the client. And the client then it happens to the client. The client's like, "This person here," and the totem pole has to go to this person here and that person there, and then it goes back down again, and
But
it's
to you
hell.
out there, when that's not what we're dealing with. You're
No, no.
not dealing with when you talk to us.
Right. That's why it's just 2 with 1. That's all. You don't have that
Yeah.
corporate gauntlet. The corporate gauntlet. Avoid the corporate gauntlet. That's gonna be our motto. Creative Fury. Avoid the corporate gauntlet.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those
All right,
corporations are
man.
shaking their fists at us.
I think we covered everything pretty well for this topic. It's now a matter of moving on, and I
Yep.
think
And
the
of course,
viewers will be happy to see this.
yeah, as we move along, if we get this client, we will we'll share with you, the audience, to like our steps as we create this video or a set of videos. As a possibility. Now, there's always an option that we won't get this client, but you know, in the future when we do, we will bring you along and show you like you also can use us to do your
You'll
video.
suffer along with us the angst of pitching and getting turned down, or
Oh,
just
you know what I was
then
gonna mention?
mm,
Have you a great filmmaker Mel Brooks
yeah,
created that show High
it's
Anxiety?
the movie, yeah,
Yes. It was
yeah,
a
yeah,
spoof on Hitchcock's Vertigo,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
it was so, you know,
No, the title, he
you have high
created
anxiety
the
with
phrase
us.
high anxiety, and he created the phrase high anxiety. It didn't exist, and now it's a thing.
That's true,
When he
right?
when he created
And
it, yeah,
he wrote the song that he sang in that
yeah.
great
I have the
movie. If
book,
you
yeah.
get a
I
chance, go watch High Anxiety. It is
I have it yeah, I have this
so
book right here.
hilarious.
You bring it up, but this is a hilarious
Hey,
book. It's called,
let's end this. Let's just pop this in. Right? Why don't you
Mel
read to
Brooks
us from that?
Mel Brooks about me, all about me, and he talks about, each movie, you know, each chapter is a movie and how he made the movie and, how he got there. And the chapter about high anxiety, it's a great book. I bought it at a thrift shop for like $2. He talks about that, about high anxiety and how it wasn't a thing until he invented the phrase, you
That
know?
is so funny. I got to
And
meet
also
him, which was a wonderful thing. I worked on the producers
me too, yeah,
uh,
we worked that time, yeah. I
and
did one day, but I met him.
I
Yeah.
said to him, "I own Blazing Saddles." I thought that was a wonderful movie, and he goes, "I thought I owned that." That was my little
I
interaction
just
with
picked up
him.
I got the Blu-ray at the thrift shop recently. Look, here, you name it, I got it.
So
$2,
now
thrift shop.
we're not just selling ourselves now. We're just we're selling
Sell
Leo's
we're
Blu-rays.
selling Mel Brooks also. Uh, Great chapter here about his time during the war. He was a World War II veteran, and, he
Amazing.
served he speaks French. He learned French during the war because he was stationed, in France.
Is there anything that he couldn't do, Leo?
The
That,
man's like 100 years old. Isn't he like
he's
100 years old almost?
yeah.
Yeah.
And didn't Dick Van Dyke just turn 100, right?
No, he turned 100, in a few weeks. In a few weeks, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's about to.
But it's hilarious. I mean, again, read books, watch good movies, read books, watch good movies. But then we covered next week. Hopefully, we'll have some more news to give on this project on
Yes,
the
absolutely.
Kuppi Caper.
We
Kuppi
gotta,
Caper.
strike while the iron's hot.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, Aaron. What do
sirs.
you want to say? Mm.
Thank you so much for being here with us and enjoying this cavalcade of information that we have brought to you. And if you have a project that you need done, we are here to do it with you, do it for you, or show you how to do it. And that's our process and our that's our
Our
truth, and
goals in life.
that's our goal. And we're sticking to it. All right. Thanks so much for being with us. Check us out below in the information and click on all those links.
Subscribe, like, comment.
Woohoo!